Hello, my name is Patrick, and today I want to share with you a wonderful visualization exercise that I call the protection. And so make yourself comfortable, sit with your back as straight as you can, or perhaps if you're sure you won't fall asleep, you can lie down on the floor with your back as straight as you can. And then when you're lying down or sitting comfortably, close your eyelids. We say close your eyelids because you cannot close your eyes. Your eyes continue to have a function there behind closed eyelids. When you're behind closed eyelids, you're in a pleasant place, a place where we go to share hugs and kisses and birthday cake wishes and perhaps to daydream, to listen to a favourite piece of music. We certainly go behind closed eyelids to go to sleep. An awful lot of nice things happen behind closed eyelids. So go there now. Just spend a moment there with no expectation other than just being in that place of stillness, of calmness, that place of tranquility. And to deepen that sense of calmness and relaxation, bring your awareness now onto your legs. That's from your toes to your hips. And I guess right now your legs are not at work, they're not at play, they're not making any effort. So we can reasonably describe the legs as being at rest. Perhaps they're so much at rest that we can describe them as being relaxed. Be relaxed. Then the hips and buttocks and that whole pelvic cradle area. Some people hold quite a bit of tension in that area. Well, now you can let go or imagine, visualize, pretend that you're letting go. You're softening the hips and buttocks. You're surrendering to the support of the floor or the chair. To be relaxed in that area, to be at ease. Then, of course, the tummy. We're great creatures for bracing our belly. So allow the belly to fall forward, to be soft, to be relaxed. And then what do we do? Well, then I guess the shoulders are the next likely suspect for holding tightness and tension. So with an in-breath, as you inhale, bring the shoulders up to your ears in a good old-fashioned but very much exaggerated shrug. And with an out-breath, drop the shoulders down towards the hips. That can give us a great sense of release and relief. And last of all, the face. Over the course of a day, we wear so many faces expressing so many emotions. We have cross faces, agitated faces, happy faces, joyful faces, amazed faces, amused faces, focused faces, awe-struck faces, and if you're like me, bewildered faces. But there you go. We want to let go of all the faces now and to allow our face too to soften and yet to be relaxed. The face of tranquility, I like to call it. Just take a second now. Ramble around the legs. Yeah, they're not doing anything. I guess they're relaxed. The hips and buttocks, pretty much relaxed. The tummy, soft, nothing going on there, relaxed. The shoulders, that old shrug did the trick all right. And of course the face. The eyelids closed. It's a pleasant enough sort of a thing to be doing. And so now what are we going to do? Well, now what I want you to do is to imagine, visualize, pretend that you have invited a beam of light to come from the heavenly place. That's a place where there's only love. We might call it Great Spirit. We might call it consciousness, as you wish. That you have invited a beam of light, and it can be any colour, to come from that place where there is only love. Love that cannot be defeated. And as that beam of light comes down around you, yes, of course, like a spotlight, it illuminates you. But this beam of light, because of its nature, it's able to pass through you, to diffuse through you, to touch each cell, each atom, each molecule of you, and to displace that which is unwanted, old emotions, old feelings, old energies that no longer serve you very well. And so now I hope you're imagining yourself sitting there in a beam of light, like a pillar of light that's touching you internally and externally. And that's a wonderful event in itself to do that. That's quite healing and restorative, rejuvenating. But we go further now. We cast our mind back to the source, to the creator, to consciousness, to God, to Buddha, to Allah, whatever suits you. And we have one word in our mind, and that word is protection. And we ask then that the source would send an aspect of itself to protect us today and every day, to protect us from suffering, whatever the source of suffering that might be in our lives, particularly if we're creating or magnifying our suffering by not managing what's going on between our two ears. The mind is a very powerful thing. So we want to be protected from suffering, whatever its source. And so then watch now, imagine, visualize, pretend as a Holy One comes from the heavenly place. And he or she arrives along that beam of light and stands alongside you. You turn towards them in your mind's eye and you have one word for them: protection. And then he or she inhales, fills themselves up with some of that beam of light, fills themselves to capacity. And then he or she exhales, and from his or her lips comes a mist or a fog, can be any colour you like, that forms itself into a cloak that you can wrap around yourself. Pull the cloak over your shoulders, push the hood up over your head, and close the silver clasp there just beneath your chin on your chest. And so you're wrapped up in a cloak that's constructed of love that cannot be defeated. And you turn to the Holy One, the angel creature person, and say thank you. As you say thank you, the beam of light gets withdrawn back to the heavenly place. And we hope the Holy One will stay with you to be like a guardian for you during this day and every day. And so, Grant, there you are now with your cloak of protection. But our nature is to be generous. Our nature is to care about others. And so I want you to bring to mind somebody who you think would accept a cloak like that, who would be grateful, who you would like to bless with a cloak like that. Imagine that person there in front of you now. And you can reach inside the cloak that was formed by the angel breath. And there are as many cloaks in there as you'd like to find for as many people as you would care to bless. Pull out a cloak now of a size and a colour and a fit that's perfect for that person that you have just imagined there in front of you now. Pull out the cloak, drape it over his or her shoulders, push the hood up over his or her head. Turn them towards you. Look them in the eye as you close the silver clasp on their chest and say, hey you, I really care about you. Or, if you're comfortable to say so, I love you. I have much love for you. And this cloak is given to you to bless you and protect you today and all the days of your life. And then imagine that person back wherever they'd be at that particular time of that particular day of the week, whenever you're doing this exercise. And then imagine somebody else for whom you can say, I love you, or I have much care for you. Imagine them there in front of you again, and reach inside your great cloak. Pull out a cloak of a size and a colour and a fit that's perfect for this person. Drape the cloak over his or her shoulders. Push the hood up over his or her head. Turn them towards you. Look them in the eye and close the silver clasp on their chest. And as you do, say to them, this cloak is given to you today to bless you and protect you and to keep you safe all the days of your life. And then imagine that person back wherever they'd be at that particular time on that particular day. And you can draw out as many cloaks for as many people as you would wish to. In particular, you can draw out a cloak for yourself at a time in the past, a younger version of you, when Perhaps there was trouble and strife, or an event or a series of events in your life where it would have been so nice to have been wrapped up in love like that can't be defeated. And so now imagine younger you there in front of you. You at age 3 or 9 or 4 or 24 or whatever age it is. Imagine younger you there in front of you now. Reach inside your big cloak, pull out a cloak of a size and a colour that's perfect for you at that time, during that period of your life. Drape the cloak over younger you's shoulders, push the hood up over your younger self's head. Turn yourself around and look yourself in the eye and say, hey you, you're a really important part of me. And in ways you're an influence in my life still. And I want you to know that I haven't forgotten about you. And I want you to know that everything is okay. I want you to know that we're doing fine and that it's no longer necessary for you, my younger self, to carry around that hurt, that injury, that burden, that you can allow that burden to fall away, that you can allow yourself to be healed. And this cloak, as well as a cloak of protection, it is a cloak of healing. And it brings soothingness and gentleness and wellness to my younger self, to you, my younger friend. And then you open up your big cloak, spreading your hands out, your big cloak opens. It's a visualization, imagined exercise. And you say to younger you, come on now, come on in here, come back to me now. And you wrap the cloak around the two of you, nurturing, loving, hugging your younger self, bringing healing, bringing relief, bringing permission to let go of the burden to the younger self. And imagine that younger self and now you becoming one again, melting together. And there can be a sense of easiness and a sense of release and a sense of relief in that exercise. And maybe you'll have to do the same exercise for the same event or events in your life a few times. It is one of the few ways we have of sending healing to our past. And then, in your own time, in a moment or a minute, or whenever suits yourself, simply open your eyelids and come back to open-eyed awareness of wherever it is that you're sitting. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for spending this time with me.